Everybody, what's up? This is the one and only Bervin Jackson from the beautiful ATL, Atlanta, coming back today with a very powerful, informational video. The one and only toxic black mold survivor, hernia mesh survivor, diabetic survivor, renal failure survivor, kidney failure survivor that went through the worst illness that anyone can ever go through and survived. Let's get right into it, folks. You see the title. So let's get to the biggest, I would say one of the biggest lies in the world. One of the biggest lies in the world. I am going to continue to break down strongholds. I'm going to continue to break down strong knots. Okay, I'm going to continue to break down all forms of nonsense to the core, because folks, only the truth will set you free. And the biggest label, I would say one of the biggest labels out there that people fear is that word called herpes. Oh, here we go with this. That herpes. It's not so much the word herpes, it's the word virus. It's the word virus. And this is when I became very unpopular on YouTube in 2010, when I came out and said in my videos that what you're calling herpes is not a virus. I said it is not a virus. And back then, I was saying that what you're calling herpes is a parasite. And boy, people went bananas on me. Because, as I've been saying, they've been trained to believe one way all the way, and starting in grade school, starting in elementary school. They've been so conditioned to believe one way. If anybody else comes with some more information, they're going to cut your throat. And when I was saying that herpes, what you're calling herpes, is a parasite, they didn't like that at all. Then I came back and made matters even worse. I said, not only is it a parasite, but the parasite, here we go, but the parasite is a fungus. And that's when Bervin Jackson became the most unpopular educator in the world since 2010. And it's funny because he haven't changed anything at all. I still have not changed anything at all, because the proof is in the pudding, folks. And tonight I'm going to break this down. I don't know how many times I've broken this down, but like I said, when YouTube came at me and started taking down my old videos, I said, okay, let me just take all of my videos and put them in private and let me come back to the world and start back over again with the same truth. So as I said then, I am saying now. And so, let's read what the profession has to say about virus, which is everything I said back in 2010. Let's read it, folks. It says, so were they ever alive? Most biologists say no. Viruses are not made out of cells. They can't keep themselves in a stable state. They don't grow. They don't grow. They can't make their own energy, even though they definitely replicate and adapt to their environment. Viruses are more like androids than real living organisms. Folks, that's coming from the very people who train you to believe that a virus is living. It says most biologists. Again, this is coming from the same people who train you to believe that viruses are living. This says that viruses are non-living, as I said in 2010. Folks, as I said in 2010. So let me break down to you exactly what is a virus. And once again, folks, this is not new information. This is old information. Okay? So here we go. What is a virus? Outside of the box, no junk science here, no evolution. I'm telling you tonight, what is a virus? A virus is a chemical that fungus release into the body. And when fungi release these chemicals into the body, these chemicals get inside of your cells, and this is when the cell becomes abnormal. Okay, if we look at mold fungi, one of the major chemicals that mold fungi release into the body, this chemical, is gasoline. That's right, folks. Mold is a fungi that releases gasoline, petroleum, into the natural body, and that chemical gets inside the cells and make the cells abnormal. And what does the profession do? The profession, they go and target the cancer cell. They're all about, let's kill the cancer cell. Let's kill, okay, the herpes cell. Let's kill the cell. Folks, here's the question, as I said back in 2010, and have not changed to this very day. How in the world can you kill a chemical? How in the world can you kill a chemical? A virus is a chemical that fungi releases into the body. And the natural body that came from the creator never called any condition inside the body is not called cancer. The body does not give these labels any names. Your profession of evolution did that nonsense. Okay. And it says right here, it says viruses are not made out of cells. They can't keep themselves in a stable state. They don't grow. They don't grow. Let me stop right there. Let me stop right there where it says they don't grow. When I had what they're calling herpes back in 2010, okay, I could visibly see this beast running across my lips in the mirror. I could see the outbreak occurring right before my eyes. And once this outbreak began to occur right before my eyes, my entire lips were broke out. But it says right here, it says they don't grow. So if virus don't grow, here we go, then what was growing across my lips like a freight train? It was a fungus, folks. It was a fungi. That's exactly what it is. As I've been saying since 2010, that all conditions are fungi because fungus is the most powerful parasite in the world. And once that fungi gets inside of you, it's going to colonize throughout your entire body. And until you address the fungi. Not kill the cells, okay? Not kill the cell, because when you kill the fungus, any abnormal cell will convert back to being normal again. So we don't have to kill the cancer cell. We don't have to kill the so-called herpes cell, folks. We're not about killing cells. We're about killing what is the root cause. And the root cause of all of these conditions, these are fungal conditions. Now, I'm going to talk about different things that people would try to eradicate this particular fungi. And I'm going to show you something real quick. The first thing a person does, you hear, oh, if you got herpes, they say come off of all sugar. They said the same thing for mold. They said the same thing for mold. Come off all sugar. Okay, so if herpes is a virus, okay, and mold is a fungus, then why is it I must come off sugar for both of these conditions? Wouldn't herpes have a different solution than mold? I'm going to have some fun with you guys. I'm going to break your thinking, and I'm going to have fun doing it. Okay. The first thing today, I had a guy call today. He said, man, I got this condition, Mr. Jackson. And he said, I have tried every diet in the world. He said, I came off all sugar. That's the same thing I did when I had mold. I came off all sugar. He said, I came off sugar. I did the meat diet. I did this. And he said, man, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. So this is the other thing you have to understand, folks. Number one, look at your tongue. Is your tongue white? If your tongue is white, as I said yesterday, if your tongue is white, that means that your good bacteria that belongs in your gut, it is now outside of your gut. It's outside your gut, folks. And what is the good bacteria food supply? The good bacteria food supply that it feeds on is glucose. Now watch. So when you have an illness that you're calling herpes, okay, and you decide to come off that sugar, you just began to starve your own good bacteria, because your good bacteria depends on glucose as its food supply to go and fight for you. So when you say, I'm going to come off glucose because I want to get rid of herpes, you just pissed off your own good bacteria. And if you are good bacteria compromised and you come off sugar, you can hang it up. Your entire good bacteria is going to shut you down, folks. See, years ago, when I got rid of the so-called herpes fungus, I came off of everything that tastes sweet. Okay, but folks, that's not going to work today. No, it's not. I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of you are good bacteria compromised, and the good bacteria says, look, no, you're not. You're not going to come off my food supply that I need to fight this condition. You're not going to come off my food supply to go and try to eradicate any condition. So when you're good bacteria compromised, okay, you can't come off the sugars. You can't. Because if you come off the sugars, number one, you're going to lose weight. Number one. Okay, you're going to lose weight. Number two, you're going to piss off the good bacteria, and it's going to shut you down. See? So it's going to shut you down. This is where 14 years of experience come from. It came from a nightmare on Bervin Street. It came from a nightmare on Bervin's Street. And the Most High got me right. And the Most High got me right, folks, to understand everything about how the good bacteria operates. Okay, the good bacteria says, no, you're not going to come off any glucose or any food to fight any condition. You're not going to jump over the good bacteria to attack any condition. The good bacteria says, that is my job. That is my job to do all of that. And you are going to feed me my glucose meals in order for me to go and fight any illness you have. And you're going to feed me in the proper format. So, folks, the moment you get good bacteria compromised, the good bacteria is going to torture you until you say, I surrender to proper format. And when you start to surrender to proper format and give the good bacteria what it wants, then it says, okay, now we will go and fight what you're calling herpes. And now we will go and fight mold and anything else inside the body, because that is our job to do that. Okay, that is the good bacteria job, to go and fight conditions. That's not for you to try to jump over the good bacteria and say, I just want to kill that herpes, or I just want to kill that mold because I'm tired of being aggravated. Well, the good bacteria says, I've been aggravated your entire life. Okay. The good bacteria says, you've been doing things outside the proper format for your entire life. See? So, folks, the article says what it says. Herpes is not a virus. What you're calling herpes is a fungus like everything else. And the good bacteria says, we would take care of this when you decide to give us proper format for all. And if you're already good bacteria compromised, you're not going to cut out all sugars like I did years ago to get rid of your condition. Let me say it again. And if you're good bacteria compromised, you're not going to come off the good bacteria foods of glucose to get rid of any herpes or anything else out there at all. It's not going to work. I tried to do the same thing that I did for herpes for mold, and it backfired, because now at that time I was good bacteria compromised, and the good bacteria says no. The good bacteria says, oh, you starved us when you cured the herpes. You're not going to starve us this time to cure the mold. Now, people, that is the best way that I can say it for you to understand. The good bacteria says, you starved us to cure the herpes. You're not going to starve us to cure the mold. You are going to learn how we operate, and you're going to follow proper format, Jackson. Or if you don't, we are going to take you with the mold down to the ground. And that goes to all of you. That goes to all of you. Okay. So if you just want to purify your blood for herpes, I'm going to give you a free protocol. If you just want to purify your blood for herpes, I'm going to give you a free protocol like I did back in 2010 to all of those who did not want to come and fix their gut. See, I'm so nice. Okay, if you just want a protocol to get your blood clean, to have a negative test tomorrow, here you go. Go do a coffee enema. The coffee enema, it purifies all your blood in 3 minutes. Go and take your test, and you will be blood clean. But for how long? You want blood clean, cured, or you want gut healed, cured? I've been talking the same way since 2010 because it makes sense. There are people out there, that's all they teach. Get your blood clean, get a negative test, and you're free. You haven't fixed jack. Once again, putting a blue tarp on the roof of the house does not fix the house, folks. That's every other therapy today out there. Okay, you're spending all this money getting vitamins to purify blood to get a negative test, but you haven't fixed jack. You have not fixed jack. Until you fix your gut, okay, you may have a negative test, but here we go. For how long? For how long, folks? So I told you, we're going to break down all lies. We're going to break down all strongholds, because this condition right here is still the top of the top of all the illnesses. People can have cancer and be okay with that, but if they got herpes, that would drive them insane. They would rather die from cancer than to have herpes. Okay, so folks, I'm telling you, all conditions are fungal. The Jackson therapy is the best therapy in the world, because it's built by someone who went through plain hell to understand all of this stuff. And my only objective to this very day is to rebuild the body the way the Most High wanted it to be, in order to never get sick from any illness. Now, who in their right mind would not want to be there? It's not just to get rid of mold. I want my body to be where the Most High wanted my body to be, okay, from the start. I want to know what that looked like. I want to know what that feel like. And I will obtain that. So for you out there, you're saying, I want the Jackson therapy forever. I want to join the Jackson therapy. I'm still one call. That's all. Love y'all.